Don, this next one is for you. Can you give us your perspective on this? Should the company prep the employees for interviews, and how far does that go?
I would say universally, yes, you should prep people, but there are different levels of that preparation. At the very least, I think everybody at the site should know that auditors are coming on the site, whether it be pre-planned and you can let people know ahead of time, or whether it be an inspection action, at least let people know that they're there, so the people are aware of that the auditors are on site or the inspectors are on site. And then the level of preparation depends upon what role the employees will have. So if it's somebody who is responsible for one of the elements, for instance, if it's someone who's going to be interviewed, then you're going to want to prep them on what the interview is going to look like if you're going to be talking with the auditor. I would suggest that you tell them that you answer the question honestly, that you answer the question that's being asked and not give any additional information, but answer the question that's being asked fully and honestly. If it is particularly inspectors, well, auditors too will come in and talk with hourly employees. Generally, if it's an inspection, if I got this right, I'm pretty sure that OSHA requires you to at least offer, for if it's a union plant, for a union rep to be there with the employee. The union can decline, but I believe it has to be offered. I'm not sure that EPA has quite the same provision, but for auditing, generally the ones that I've run for a company in the past, we allowed that to happen. Usually the union didn't care to participate, but we offered that as an option for them. Usually you also do not allow management types to be in the interview with the hourly employees because there's that potential perception of browbeating, or that the employees won't want to feel like they could speak freely if management type's there, or even a salaried type is there. So some things to keep an eye on as far as the hourly employees go. You should not coach people what to say. For that matter, if you do that for a compliance action, an EPA or our OSHA inspection, that's illegal, quite honestly. And if they find out, that can get you in a lot of trouble. Whether they can find out or not is another story, but don't do that. It's not appropriate to coach people. And so you shouldn't be telling them, well, this is what you should say, or anything like that for their interviews. Let them use their own words. You want to, like I think I said, give them an idea of what the questions are that are going to be asked and what kind of information might be asked for, and perhaps discuss with them, well, where is it, so that you have a pretty good feel for whether they know where it's at and where they're going to go to get the information. Going back to the comments that were made earlier about having a focal point, I would reinforce to people that they should be working through the focal point. So if someone, an auditor, inspector says, I want this information, you say, okay, well, you need to go talk to Jane about that, and as our focal point, and Jane will get the request from you exactly what you're looking for, and then let me know, and then I can get the information and I'll give it to Jane, and then Jane can get it to you, so that you're going through that workflow of that focal point as we discussed earlier. And I think that's about all that I can think of. If you don't know an answer, be honest. Say, I just don't know, and either I'll find out and get back with you on that, or whatever the appropriate answer is. But feel, saying I don't know is a perfectly acceptable answer. You don't have to be embarrassed by that. I've drawn a blank on anything else off the top, either Judy or Sheri. Anything to add?
I might add, yeah, I
ahead.
think we both do.
Go
So,
ahead, Judy.
yeah, so I would add that for your escorts that are going to be taking your auditors to various locations at the site, and for your interviewees, make sure that they're aware of the auditor's schedule ahead of time and that they need to be in certain places at planned times. And especially for escorts, but additionally for subject matter experts, it is useful from a site perspective for those people to take notes and to be prepared to debrief with the site team after the auditors have departed for the day. A surprising amount of information can be obtained just from your escorts all putting their heads together and saying, oh, there appears to be a theme developing around, X, Y, or Z, and let's be prepared to talk about that in more detail tomorrow, for example.
Okay, the one other thing I would like to add is don't scare the people that are going to be in the audits. Don't make them feel like they're going to have something happen to them if they don't answer the questions properly. Make sure they understand that this is actually for the company's benefit. It's to help improve how process safety is impacted there. And there is no right or wrong answer. There just is the answer of how it is being implemented at this time. So it's very difficult as an auditor to have people concerned that they're not going to have a job if they answer a question wrong. So and there's no reason for that, because this again is something to help the site improve how they do process safety, and it's more of an informational thing. Audit sometimes becomes such a bad thing, and it's really not. And so making sure that the team and the people that are going through the interviews understand that it's just to help improve what's going on at that site, and not, even if it's an OSHA audit, if it's a RMP audit, it's still to make improvements to what's out there so that the systems are working better.